What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If this is your very first time joining me, my name is Jessica. I'm a mother as well as a makeup lover, of course. So for today's video, I really just wanted to do kind of like a everyday wearable makeup. I feel like I don't really film a lot of those because that's not who I am. I'm a very colorful, outgoing person, so I like to really do crazy dramatic stuff on my channel. But for today, I really just kind of had some errands to run, and so I figured that I would sit down and do kind of like a everyday wearable look for you guys. Also finally doing my updated face routine, so if you've been waiting to see that, I will be doing that in today's video. So if you want to see how I created this full face of very beautiful, wearable, everyday makeup, then you already know what to do. Please just keep on watching. So I already went ahead and primed my eyelid with my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor Number 2, and I'm just kind of pressing it in with my sponge. Okay, so these are the vibes. I'm gonna be going in with the P. Louise is Canceled palette. Sorry, it's kind of out of frame. I mean, out of focus. I'm gonna start by taking this brown shade, which is called Sensitive. So this is a Makeup Shack T12 brush. And I'm just going to start laying this color all over the lid. So I'm focusing really everything just kind of in this outer corner here. So I'm just going to kind of start in the back right here. And then whatever's left, you know, dust it in the front, kind of flick out. That way when I put on the rest of my makeup and everything, I could blend all of this into like my bronzer and stuff, and it'll look really nice. And then I'm going to take the shade Mistake right here. These two kind of look the same. They're just like barely different. So yeah, I just kind of picked one. I'm going to take this on a Morphe E12 brush, which I feel like would be better for highlight, but I already did it on the other side. So I'm trying to keep everything nice and similar, you know what I mean? So like I said, everything's going to be focused in this outer corner here, so I'm just going to lay this down, and then after the initial color is kind of laid down, then I'll kind of dust it all over the lid. Next, I'm going to take this shade right here, which is called Ranting. So now that I'm getting to the darker colors, I'm going to kind of start doing it a little bit across my lash line and really smoke this out. So as I'm going in between all of these colors, I'm just going to keep going back and forth with the previous colors. Just keep going back and forth and blending as I go. So I add a dark color and then I go through all the light colors, then I add another darker color and blend out all of the colors. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Inglot number 77 gel liner and I'm going to take it on a angled brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clean brush and kind of smudge this end out a little bit. And then I'm going to take this shade, the black shade, which is called Fabrication. And I'm going to set this line and just kind of smoke this outer corner out a bit with the black. Okay, so once that's, you know, pretty good. Okay, so now that looks really nice. Like, this is like an everyday smoky eye type look. I'm going to take two shimmers because I just wanted to try this one out here. I'm going to take a little bit of this shimmer, which is called Disclosure, which looks kind of orange, but I feel like it's kind of like a coppery brown color. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this, and then I'm also going to take this shimmer, which is called Misleading, which is just a very beautiful kind of, God, I don't even know, like what color would that be? Just like a champagne-y gold. So here's the shade Disclosure. So it's just not as shiny, you know? So I'm just gonna put this right here. And then I'll go over my liner again when I'm done. So just add that little bit of shine. And then with the other shade, I'm really gonna put this in the inner corner. And then just kind of, whatever's left on my finger, I'm just going to kind of swipe it over the rest of the lid. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've been switching my shit up a lot, like my backgrounds. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find a good situation for our living situation and also my filming situation, which I think this is pretty good, even though I don't really like having my bed in the background. So if I keep switching it up, I'm sorry. I think today, so I already primed my skin. Usually I'll prime my face before I even do my eyes or anything like that. So if you're curious as to what I use to prime my face, well, specifically today I used the Glossy Skin Balm by Touch in Sol, and then I used the Maybelline Baby Skin Pore Filler. And I'm actually going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. This is a luminous foundation. This is in the shade 100N. So one of the things that I've been kind of doing to make my skin makeup look really good, I feel that it looks really good, like, you know, personal opinion, I guess. Little pump of foundation, spritz of some spray, just mix the foundation and the setting spray together. And I feel like not only does mixing the foundation with some setting spray, it makes it look really, really good. And also I just really like the way that my makeup has been sitting on my skin, the way it's been lasting. Just been really enjoying that. So I'm just taking this on a brush, really working that product in. And then I'm just gonna take it and paint it all over. You just gotta be mindful of what, make sure that you're being mindful of what foundation that you're using and that it's not like a oil-based foundation, because then mixing water with oil-based foundation is gonna make it separate. So you don't want that. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce this into my skin. So if you notice that it really, it just kind of evened out my skin tone. It makes my skin look like my skin, but better. Like you can't even tell that I'm wearing like foundation. Like you can still see my freckles through it. The downside is obviously you can still see my acne, but honestly, that doesn't bother me because I don't have a lot of acne. So like if you do have a lot of acne, I don't think this is going to be a good technique for you, because it's not going to cover any of that. Like the reason why I wear foundation is to even out my skin complexion, because I get very red, and then, you know, concealer to brighten, add a little bit extra coverage, contour to add back in colors to my face and stuff like that. So my goal with this technique is to make a very skin-like texture, if that makes sense. For more natural makeup, wearable makeup, I love this e.l.f. Putty Primer the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I really like this bronzer for natural makeup because it just looks the most natural. Like the color of it is really perfect for my skin tone. I'm just gonna take this Makeup Shack T31. I'm just gonna kind of spin it in the product and then watch. So it gives you that brown, like that warmth, but it just blends in effortlessly. Like I'm literally just kind of tapping and pulling it around. It's like such a beautiful, nice, natural bronzer. I think they should definitely come out with more colors. But just look at how beautiful that is. So now for concealer, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. I feel like this is kind of like the perfect shade for me. Maybe just a little bit too dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this e.l.f. And then I'm going to take this, what is this? The Glamouflage Full Coverage Concealer. And this one I got specifically like in a shade lighter. So that way I could add it to my other concealers to make a better shade for myself. Bounce it in with my sponge. See how it just brightens it, but it's not like too pale like I tend to do sometimes. Okay, and then as far as powders go, I have quite a few powders that I've been kind of switching in between. So yeah, but one that I've been really loving just the smell and the vibe of is the Fenty Beauty, this is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade Butter. I mean, it's Fenty Beauty, come on. Well, I've been really trying to work on my under eyes creasing because I noticed that when I wear my makeup for long periods of time, my face will look good, but under my eyes, like specifically right there, it just settles into my fine lines and it just looks so bad. Like my under eyes look like old lady under eyes. So if you guys have any tips or suggestions of how I could possibly make these set, you know? So I'm just setting everywhere that I put concealer. Just tapping that around. So for bronzer, I'm going to take this Juvia's Place Bronzy, I think is what it's called. So I'm just going to take this and really just bronze up my, I'm just going to take both of the shades and just bronze up my forehead. I go pretty ham with the blush, so I kind of have not been putting too much bronzer like on my cheeks because you can't even really see it because I go so hardcore with the blush. But like my forehead is a place that it's like noticeable. And then I'm actually going to take the light powder, the light side, this one, and contour my nose. So honestly, I just do the lines straight down and kind of blend those in, and that's really it. Just 2 lines down my nose. That's how I've been contouring. And so for blush, I'm going to take my Jaclyn Cosmetics Rouge Romance palette. And I think I'm going to take the shade Fancy Paints. So I'm going to take this on a Morphe JH06 brush. I'm going to take the shade Tempting, and I'm going to put that over the tip of my nose. I want to look like I've been outside shivering in the cold all day. And then for my highlight today, I'm going to take the Michaela X Glam Light highlighter. Now I'm going to take some of my Catrice Prime and Fine spray. So I'm just going to do, I haven't really been wanting to put any makeup in my waterline, especially if I'm wearing my makeup like out all day, because then I noticed that it tends to all just kind of gather in my like tear duct. Yeah. Focus. So I am going to leave my waterline blank, but I am going to put a little bit of black liner up in here after I do my lashes. I'm gonna take the shade Mistake, which is the first shade that I used. And I'm just going to smoke this out. And then I'm going to take the shade Ranting, which is this shade right here. And I'm just going to put this like halfway. Like that. Clean this brush off. And then I'm just going to smudge this out. That's really it for under the eyes because I really want the focus to be this outer corner. But I do want a super shiny inner corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this Peaches and Cream glitter base. I'm going to put a little smidge bit in there and in there. I'm going to take this brush and kind of tap it out. Then I'm going to take the shade Misleading again and really pack that in there. Okay, so now the trick when it comes to lashes is to put lash glue on your lash line and the lash band. That way it's kind of like a magnet. I feel like that's what I feel like happens when I put lash glue on the band and on my lid, is that when I go to stick it on, it just kind of magnetizes. So that's what we're gonna do. So here is the completed look. My lip combo, very basic, I'd say. So I went in with the LA Girl lip liner in Natural Cream, and then I went in with the NYX Lingerie XXL in Strip Down. And then just in the center, I put the Michaela X Glam Light Gloss. I just really like this gloss. And I feel like it needed to be just a little bit lighter. So yeah, I did that. So here is my natural everyday wearable makeup. I feel good. Like usually I don't like how I look with my hair up, but this feels kind of like sophisticated. Like I'm going to work. Like I got a business dinner and then a date afterwards. So yeah, so that is going to complete today's look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. So if you do enjoy me, if you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps my channel out a lot. And without further ado, we're gonna go right on ahead. Roll the clip.